Welcome to a winner's bracket round 2 match for SGL Online Link the Past randomizer. This is just like last year. We have open spoiler between, unlike last year, we have a new matchup, Muftaay versus Telethar. The runners actually get 15 minutes to actually look at a spoiler log before trying to look and basically execute that route. That's why you see Muftaay's timer counting down. Basically almost ready to go. These guys are finishing up their last minute preparations. You can see Muftaay looking a little bit more serious in this camp than maybe Telethar is, but should be a wonderful time. I am Claire Mouse, and joined with me is the wonderful Gem. Tracking for us is the lovely Lady Laura Linda. Gem, how's it going? You familiar with these two guys? You familiar with spoiler?
Hey, I might have watched these two before. I might also be sub to both. So, like watch them once or twice.
Exactly. Okay, I'm glad you're not showing bias here, because it would be a huge shame, if you were basically, just going for, we're showing favoritism for one or the other. Muftaay and Telethar, certainly very good friends. Both very, and this is I'm actually really excited for this particular seed. So, full disclosure, Gem and I looked at the seed a little bit beforehand. Gem actually was even nice enough to come up with a route for that, some outline of a route, and I will say that this seed is actually very, very well suited for both Muftaay and Telethar. Especially hints. Muftaay was on a team called the Hoverers. Might come in handy for this seed.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what routes these two came up with. Especially early on, I personally struggled to find a way to find bombs, and I'm really dissatisfied with what I came up with. And they're already doing a different starting route than I came up with, so yeah, gonna be interesting how they manage it.
Yeah, actually, we got a little bit, just very slight divergence already, because so Muftaay, both Muftaay and Telethar went to South Shore, got the mushroom. It is actually pretty important to pick up, because we can see Muftaay turning it immediately. Gonna fake flipper over to the potion shop. Telethar actually spending a little bit of extra time getting some cash, presumably. It will be, my guess is for bomb money, because you mentioned before, right? Early resources are kind of an issue.
Yeah, I definitely missed this. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good way to just deal with the money issue.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, Drain. But of course, Muftaay. Oh my gosh, dude. So he's maybe using some prize back knowledge. If that's intentional, great. It's a very heads up play, because over the potion shop there is actually a little buzz bomb you can kill for a bomb. Certainly very nice. To be able to, especially if one bomb going into Kakariko. I think you mentioned there were like 10 bombs in Chicken Hut, right? So that can actually be a really nice solution to an issue. Oh, Muftaay, dude, this guy. This guy's brilliant.
Yeah, having one bomb coming in is actually into Kak is actually very, very beneficial, because there are bomb block things we want in there, and this way he will be able to get them right away without having to walk to the bomb shop first.
Oh no. Okay, don't worry, that is a head palm of encouragement. I'm sure Muftaay is feeling incredibly okay with his backup plan that he apparently has done something about. I don't know. Everything's
maybe
fine.
Maybe watch Telethar and realize he could just buy bombs like this.
Oh, maybe. I mean, this is... if he catches the Chicken Hut 10 bombs, it'll be cool. It'll be great. But we'll see. But yeah, so we definitely want... Well, okay, that's fine. We'll just double bomb. It's faster, doubly effective.
Yeah, he actually gets enough money here.
Okay, alright, okay.
Yeah, 20 rupees, and that's just I think. Yeah. And then there's 30 up top, so he will be able to buy bombs. But yeah, Telethar on the other hand, he has a very good reason to try and avoid CAC for now. And we'll see that reason very, very soon. So yeah, very good for him that he found a way to get bombs for Mini Modern Cave without going to CAC first.
Yeah, this is actually quite good. I mean, again, like just different routes. Yeah, I got actually a little bit of bomb refill in Mini Moldrum as well. Like nice bottle of blue potion, bombos, flippers. Yeah. So we actually do see. Thank you, Lady Laura Linda, for marking actually our prizes for dungeons today. We actually do see that Swamp Palace is a pendant, and so do we actually necessarily need those flippers? I mean, I don't think we actually hard need them. However, though, getting getting the thing like Telethar's gonna update is a real flipper over to waterfall. It makes things like super convenient.
Yeah, we basically only want the flippers for waterfall right here to get our flute very early. Well, it's not just early, but it's also like required, as we'll learn. But yeah. But the nice thing about Telethas right now is he can sing out the cack, he can get his glove from blindside there, and he can activate his flute while he's going. And we also see him go from the south. Sets him get this lamp on the way. Then he can activate the flute and then go into blindside and save him quick out of it, saving a little bit of time.
I'm so happy to see that both Telethar and Muftaay are picking up the lamp. Surely that means they're gonna go do desert before Maya, right? Yes, yes. That I should have posted that in the race room. I did not think about this.
Maybe they'll do it for you.
Yeah, right. Something tells me that the number of NMG runs that these guys have done together will probably not motivate them sufficiently to actually go to desert boss a less efficient or optimal way if they could get a better weapon. But as you pointed out, like the fact that especially without boots, without flute, Muftaay is having a little bit of issues here with Mini Muldorm Cave. Should I think be okay? Hopefully.
Well,
I'm a little worried.
It's probably will be fine, right? Okay, it's actually over because one of them just made it.
He has a hammer. He has a hammer. Okay,
okay. Fairy. And he has a fairy.
He has a fairy. Yes, it's very important. This is why we go to Kakariko, by the way. Okay. We have not spoken this yet. Mike. But yes.
Yeah. This is very unfortunate to lose your fairy this early. A fairy in spoilers like actually an insane safety because as long as you don't use it, you can play incredibly aggressively.
Holy cow! Talking about playing aggressively, Muftaay just skipped the bottle. Okay, alright. I was like, okay, yeah, he is actually gonna skip bombos.
Yeah, he's still skipping bombos.
Which I'm not okay. I don't know if that's an oversight or intentional. I mean, it's certainly okay. Bombos, as we can also see, is the requirement for Turtle Rock, but it's Turtle Rock's a pendant. So, and we can just say something now. Like, we do not need to beat Turtle Rock or go into it in order to beat the game. Pragmatically speaking.
Yeah, there's something very nice somewhat early in Turtle Rock though, so...
Yes, correct.
I'm probably interested in picking up this Bombos medallion.
Sorry guys. Oh yes, okay, right. Also, we actually see Muftaay here in Restream chat. Hello, Muftaay. Don't never apologize, this is a spoiler. But just a note, it is okay actually for runners to be in Restream, in each other's chat, watching the Restream, listening to the other person, whatever, right? Because as I think I was asked before, do not put me on pizza. Spoiler, the runners actually have access to the spoiler log ahead of time, as in this 15-minute countdown study period, so they know where everything is in the game, and they just have to try and come up with a route. So, is stream sniping now really too much an issue? Is your opponent going to spoil the location of the not used, not required ice straw today? If you see it, you see it, because you have access to the information. So it's actually fine to just, almost to play this thing as a speedrun race. Almost right. You can't see where your opponent is. Maybe adjust your strat. Nice mirror. Oh, I didn't notice that. On old man. So.
Yeah, the mirror are very, very useful. It looks like everything that we need from here on out.
Yeah. Yeah, and the
flute has this potion ready to maybe survive the mountain.
Yeah. I mean, I fully believe that. Speed cubing a random race. Yeah, actually, kind of. That's right. Yeah, so because they get the log beforehand, and they have to construct the route. Yeah, and they get 15 minutes to do it. So. Okay, Telethar has done one of the hardest things in the game, avoiding the pink blob large talk. Yes. We here at Speed Runs do not like to waste unnecessary time. If you want to go talk to the pink blob, you can always do it not during race time. You can, beat the game and then go back into the game and then talk to him. It's fine. You don't need to do it now. He'll say the same thing.
What if I like talking to the pink blob?
You, do you like winning the race more?
What if I could do both? Telethar is also wasting his fairy in Era, so we have fairy parody. Wait, how did he even die? Did he like hit the frame he mirrored and then died in the end?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't
That's so
know.
stupid. We can actually see him laugh about that because it's really silly.
Yeah, this is actually one of the so nice things again about SGL Online. I think other tournaments have also started to put on webcams. I know the German tournament has started doing this for optional. Webcams are required for the bracket stages, at least for this tournament. And I mean, maybe yeah, it's a little bit of a barrier for some people to use the cam, but I mean, just from the whole racing viewing perspective, though, I mean, just to be able to see their reactions, you know, see the ups and downs as they go through it, it's just so amazing.
Okay, so telethar is foregoing the bottom turn. We want the big chest here, and telethar is deciding to just take it easy and do it the vanilla way.
Did he also just get hit from the beetle?
Yep, sure was.
Okay. Okay, this game is great. This game is good. Don't worry, everything is good. Fine.
This may be a way for Muftaay to make up a little of time if he had health.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
no. Oh no.
Oh.
It is really unfortunate. So this is one of the more challenging parts, you know, about spoiler. I mean, there are many challenging parts, but just the sheer low percent health wise. Right now, you also see we're kind of swordless. The swords are also, you know, kind of buried in Dark Worlds, and yeah, well, we got to do all of Light Worlds in order to even get a semblance of one sword.
Yeah, once you get to Dark Worlds, the swords will be coming somewhat quickly. As will the boots, for that matter. Spoilers.
That's right.
But yeah, for now we need to make it through a very, very long Light World.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, right? Deaths in spoiler never ever feel good. In fact, there's almost no way to kind of recoup your time, you know, if you take a death, other than like your opponent kind of making something, you know, like a very simple mistake, right? There's not going to be maybe, you know, my opponent spends the next 20 minutes searching for Fire Rod or searching for Samari. It's like, no, you don't really have that time compared to kind of regular rando. Now, but that being said, though, you know, spoiler, if we're on low health the whole time, it's very easy for anyone to die at any moment. And so, especially if you die early on, that's much better than dying, you know, toward the end, right? Because you have a lot more game to make up for, as opposed to the end where you're just like, okay, maybe he'll fall again 15 times, you know?
Yeah, right now you can still, like, skip safeties that you maybe had planned in, which, like, it's not a great outlook because maybe it just makes you die more, but, like, you at least have some bigger room to make up time a little bit.
Yeah, and also, you know, just like also any other, let's say, like speedrunning race that you see, you know, and people race NMG and people fall to Moldorm, they die in Hera because it's a very difficult dungeon. I mean, and they can still win out, right? Just because Dark Worlds is so much more content, so much harder. I mean, like I said, it's it might not feel good to be, you know, basically, you know, losing time that you can't really get back, but you should never ever count yourself out.
Yeah. Well, looks like we're bunny walking into desert. Do you think it's a classic Moonpearl desert here?
I actually didn't look at the Super Pearl was. So if Pearl is here, that's great. I did catch where the bow location was. Yeah, the one bow that's available to us pre-GT. So I don't see a small key here on Telethar side.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Now, again, this would be it would be great if they actually go beat Lambos like right now because they have the perfect equipment to do so. However, though, they probably want to wait for, you know, like Boots or Fire Rod. That's just like readily available.
Realistically, yes, but you know, we know who's on comms. Maybe.
You know, they can meme. This is spoiler. You know, like I guess you can kind of technically see what your opponent is doing at the time, but. I'm not sure how much, you know, how distracted, I guess, you know, or, you know, how much extra knowledge they want to know. Maybe, you know, they just want to full focus on their own gameplay.
Yeah, we can actually see Muftaay skip some of the hard pieces in Paradox Cave. They got telethar 4th hard. That's probably part of what I said earlier. Where, you know,
yeah,
you
very
understandable. You skip some safeties. But yeah, he definitely doesn't figure out this. We also saw it on this expression.
Yeah. Now, of course, another good news for both Muftaay and telethar, maybe a little bit more Muftaay right now, you know, just for the situation, is that this is, you know, a winner's bracket, as kind of shown on the screen, and that means that this particular match, nobody goes home. or nobody stays home, I guess, after this round. You know, this is a double elimination match. The winner of this will go on to face the next round in winner's bracket, and then I think it's Andy, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to go double check that. And then the loser will actually go face Power to Mario, who's I guess waiting on the other side of the bracket for whoever that's going to be. And then that'll be elimination match. But you know, like everybody gets 2 shots basically at spoiler.
Yeah, they just eliminate PTM. That's
exactly.
no big deal. After farming arrows, that's all the telethar. It doesn't really mean anything.
I very highly doubt either of them. Well, we saw telethar for sure not going to beat Desert here. I really don't see Muftaay like getting the bow and then walking all the way back over, you know, or
no. Yeah, we do have to come back from his reminder later, so there are very valid reasons to not beat Lamos right now. Well, you can do it faster later.
Speaking of telethar, so we are actually in Eastern for telethar. I forgot what was even here to begin with, or I didn't check, but it is a beatable crystal. Was there anything in Eastern here?
Well, why do you think we bunny walked to Desert to get up, or to then go to Eastern?
I'm gonna assume that there's Pearl. Sorry, does he have the Pearl?
Yep.
Okay.
No, we don't. But it's on Armos.
Oh, it's on Armos.
Yeah, that's why we have to lose. Yeah, yeah. It's a very long life world. We basically have to do all the dungeons except actually beat Lamos, but we could have if we wanted to.
They should have just ran NMG. What's the problem? That would have been better, at least.
Yeah, we'd already have boots and NMG.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, boots would have been after a green pitted Safa. Alright, okay. How's this cheerful fight looking for telethar?
That's looking great.
Pretty cheerful. Yeah. Very well done.
Very cheerful. Nice job. Alright. Now, will they rush boots? Surely they will rush boots.
I can never see a fault in rushing boots in spoiler. Like, even if you don't necessarily win the race, per se, although if you rush boots, you know, it's hard to beat, right? But even if you don't, you know, you can always win the postmortem.
Exactly. You also had fun longer than your opponent if you got the boots.
That's right, exactly.
Before your opponent, so that's what really matters.
Yeah, but I think you're right though. So with the cape, with Darkhold access finally, we are going into Village of Outcasts. I fully expect telethar to go over to Bumper Ledge and finally be able to dash after this.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Yeah, the funny thing is, we made it to Darkhold and we're like basically in go mode. We get our boots here. We may or may not have 2 swords in our very near future as well.
All right, okay, that's very true. Swords, you know, good things come in 2s, or triples, I guess, or whatever it is. But yes, telethar doing actually a very nice job of avoiding the murder dactyl. No, actually, one benefit that he got right from all of the hard pieces, also kind of like heads up for, you know, spoiler planning, is that, you know, from all the pieces, he got a 4th heart container out of it. And so if something did terrible happen with him, you know, with the bird, it was only going to be 3 hearts of damage. So, like, you know, he would have been okay, especially without the fairy. Now, Muftaay does have to be a little bit careful. I would not, you know, I wouldn't, like, he can just put on the cape, right, before getting the boots. You know, I think it's a very safe option for him.
Yeah, for sure. We don't really need magic for a Thief Sound where we're going. Yeah, like I said, there will be swords. So, it's fine to just lose out on some magic here.
Oh, yeah. By the way, so Jessie in chat pointing out about the hook shot. So Lady Lorelinda, actually, before the race started, you know, she's good. She's a tracker and was looking up some stuff while she was marking the pendants and crystals. She remarked actually something very similar in that the seed was quite evil. And yeah, so I was gonna say, so for specifically for telethar and Muftaay. It is actually, I don't think, to be, you know, I'm glad if it was a matchup for, you know, 2 people in particular, it was going to be telethar versus Muftaay. Both of them are capable of skipping or not picking up the hook shot on pendant Trinex. in order to go beat the game, so you can cross Moldrum too. So yeah, I'm glad that in this case it's not going to be kind of like lopsided. You know, especially if one person is capable of hovering or bouncing and the other person is not. It's it could also be it could be quite difficult.
Yeah. For what it's worth, the ice rod is actually very free. It's right here in Thieves Town. So that would be an issue, but obviously it just takes like 5 minutes to get your shot of Trinex and then go back down for a swamp. But yeah, like, we get swords in here, and then like the only thing we need at that point, since we can hover, is just a fire rod, right? Already basically in combo by the time we get to that world. Telethar is making good use of that cave. He doesn't want to mess with these stupid crickets at all.
Yeah, I don't blame him whatsoever. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. The bow, it does nothing.
Oh.
I didn't mean that bow. I'm sorry. I take that back. Don't listen to me. You said something about 2 swords, yeah?
Yeah, they're unfortunately later in this mission. As late as they can be, actually.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they are actually coming up here in Thieves Town. But yes, you are correct in that it would have been kind of nice to have the sword before the back of Thieves Town, as opposed to after.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Telethar goes to the big chest before it, so just so he has a sword for this corridor here, but I guess he's probably just planning to use the cape if he needs to. He has all this half magic, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true, yeah.
Why is the main going? There was nobody there. She doesn't know he's there.
Yeah. Yeah, the main. I wonder what the main would do. You suddenly try the cape, and then she can't see who she's following, and then she's like, I don't know what to do anymore. Yeah. All right. We'll Telethar a little bit ahead of Muftaay, maybe like I don't know, like a third of Thieves Town ahead. But yeah, picking up his first sword, and then we're gonna get a second sword very shortly thereafter. That, for what it's worth, is kind of it for offense. The other bow is pretty buried in GT, and the other 2 swords are also in Pendant Turtle Rock. So, yeah, that's kind of yeah.
Yeah, I'm very curious if they will pick up either silvers or the last sword. So there's a sword in Choms and Turtle Rock. But you would need to go to back of escape for Samaria to get that. We already have bombos to get it, so it's not an issue.
So okay,
yeah, that takes like half a minute to get to back of escape, and then it takes maybe like once bombos. It takes like 30-40 seconds to get to Choms, along with like the Turtle Rock opening animation stuff. But you get tempered out of it, and you don't get silvers. Actually, what's the GT key? Okay, no storage. Yeah, you don't really get the silvers. So yeah, that gets you tempered. The other option is you go to render room in GT to get your silvers. And I'm pretty sure you should probably do either of those instead of doing Master Sword, Silverless Cannon. And yeah, we actually see Telethar pick up the Canyon now.
Yeah, so I was actually going to ask you in this case, let's just say that, we just choose basically not to get either. We're just going to stay on Master Sword Bliss. Would actually Samaria be worth it? Because you're incurring like an extra 25 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever, right? In order to, in order to pick up Samaria. Like, is Samaria, like, so yeah, I think Jesse also bringing up that, you do still get the Icebreaker route in Ice Palace. It doesn't save probably that much extra time. It's also pointed out. 8 seconds, maybe? In a go mode? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it doesn't really, like, it's not worth to get Samaria just for that. It's really just for it and maybe Wizards and GT.
Yeah, well, so okay, I was wondering about maybe specifically Wizards because sometimes it's, especially in spoiler, you're just like, man, Pendant Mire, Pendant Turtle Rock, we don't need any of those dungeons. I don't need Samaria, we're just gonna go. It's so cool because on paper it's really cool to be able to skip like a major item, right? Like Samaria or like Fire Rod. The downside is that you sometimes don't have as much muscle memory for doing certain rooms with specific items. For example, like Samaria, you almost always have Samaria, but then you climb GT, right? So how's your bow whiz ropes, for that one? So I don't. Yeah, maybe sometimes it's actually just worth it, for the sheer comfort and muscle memory. You know, and maybe if it's within, let's say, whatever your threshold is, 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. Even at a loss, might actually be worth it for you. It's kind of the benefit, I guess, of spoiler too. As long as you're honest with yourself, you can kind of gauge as to what you think is going to be the best option for you. Yeah, looks like Muftaay is going to do something similar here.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure that Muftaay didn't actually pick up bombos in Minimal Cave.
Yeah, I believe he does not have bombos.
Yeah, but he is going for Samaria here.
Well, I mean, Samaria still could be for Icebreaker. In Ice Palace, and like also Wizrobes.
Yeah, I don't know. He definitely needs the money for Pod, which is where he wants to be next. But I'm a little worried that maybe he meant to pick up bombos and just forgot because he was flustered.
Oh, that's true. Because he did have a pretty rough bombos. Mini Moldorm caves. Yes. I don't know what Telethar is doing. Okay, we have established pre-race, by the way, that Telethar, like, the lower the health he has, and the better he performs, and so he's picking up this extra health for, I don't know, maybe he just wants a slower time. Nobody really knows.
Right, that's a very good point. Yeah, we're not in Pod. Very good reason why we're in Pod right now, because we need an item from you. Which is not the Fire Rod, but we need to get the Fire Rod. Which will be our goal mode eventually.
Oh, yes. Okay, I didn't actually look to see what was in Pod, but if so I know that the Fire Rod is in Mire, and so if it's in Mire and it's pendant, and we already have Samaria, I mean, I think the only other possible thing to be is Blade, so. Okay. Is this seed, how bad is the seed if you play it by yourself without a log?
I think it's...
Is it okay?
Well, it's fine until you have to make a decision about Planet Maya, I guess. Like, you get funneled into every item that you need except Fire Rod, just by clearing the Light Vault. Like, those get forced on you. And well, you don't have Boots and Sword yet, but you just get those when you enter Dark World. Well, actually, you might miss those Boots. You definitely go to Thieves Town and just clear it, but like, do you really check Bumper Ledge?
Oh, you have Mirror, and you have Bumper Ledge. It's not, I think, unreasonable, I guess, to go check North Dark World, right? I guess, like, and then if you take the the nice patented Skullwoods never visit route, that when you come out of Thieves Town for, like, I think I can get behind that. I believe also multiple people have, there's been a team called Bumper Ledge United that have been burned quite often by not checking Bumper Ledge. So, it's a good lesson, I think, for people to go check. You're very well rewarded if you go check Bumper Ledge.
Yes, I've heard good things about checking Bumper Ledge.
That's right, yeah. It's a lesson learned for everybody. For those of you who don't maybe understand, so know about the reference, I think it was in the co-op tournament. It was Gamma2 and GDW both had their adventures in skipping out on Bumper Ledge, and unfortunately was punished then. So they made a team name, and then they ended up winning the whole tournament for co-op. So
don't mention that. No.
I'm sorry.
They definitely deserve to win. I'm just kidding.
That's like, yeah, they may or may not have beaten Telethar and Cham in the finals. Oh, actually, okay. I also meant to mention this at some point before. In terms of just tournament standings, right? So this is winners bracket round 2. This is actually Muftaay's first SGL and joining tournament. I mean, and Muftaay, is he considered a new player at this point? Like, I would not consider him to be a new player, but he hasn't been around, I think, for that long. Like, maybe only a few years in the community, but he has improved a tremendous amount, even since like a year ago. Watching him, kind of, work his way through the ranks, improve a ton. I mean, he has dedicated a lot of time and practice into this game, and he's done extremely well. I mean, he's here. I know he probably picked up a log. I don't know, a month ago maybe. And he is doing extremely well. Like, all of execution, and it's just so impressive to be able to see him here.
Yeah, Muftaay has improved so much, and you see him in the track hack all the time on Discord when he just, idles with us, or not idols, but when he just has his emulator open. And it really shows, like, he keeps improving and improving, learning new tricks and honing his movement. Like, it's really impressive how quickly he's gotten this good. And yeah, like you said, he hasn't... Like, the first time he touched the spoiler lock was like when the quals, or when his tournament got announced or something. And yeah, and now he's here in winner's bracket. Really impressive.
Yeah. So, kind of looking at the other side for Telethar, he probably doesn't need an introduction at this point. He's been around a little bit longer than Muftaay, and I think he probably has like 4 titles since last year. Since we've probably seen him on at least the SGL stage. He did join SGL 2023 Spoiler Log Online last year. Also, I think got knocked down during Winners Bracket Round 2, and then made a little bit farther into Losers Bracket, I think Round 4. So it's a pretty nice run, because there were only 16 people, and so he did make a fairly far into the brackets. Got to play some pretty impressive people. I do believe though it was you, Jem, that knocked him out of the tournaments last year.
Sorry.
So maybe he's looking for revenge. Yeah, this year.
Well, I'd be down.
Yeah.
Always happy to race Telethar. That's definitely one of the most exciting matchups you can get.
Yeah, I mean this is very, very exciting actually. Winners bracket round 2. Sometimes even in some of the early bracket stages, you do get some pretty intense matchups too. And I think also this year 25 people joined the tournament for SGL Online, which is a pretty big step up from like the 16 people that were there last year. Again, like spoiler is something that has been around for quite some time mode wise, but it's just been a bit more challenging, the learning curve in order to parse a spoiler log and to try and come up with a route, and then also be able to execute on 3 hard everything, right, is very difficult. But as time goes on, more and more people get acquainted with the game. You see a lot more people kind of who are able to more like manage the type of difficulty that comes associated with these things.
Yeah, you have to skip like all the safeties basically except the ones down the way if you want to compete at a high level. So it's really hard to survive and also be fast while doing that. And then obviously you also need to have really good execution to be able to compete. Like it just challenges you in so many ways. So it's understandable that it's not as popular as a lot of other modes, but in my opinion, it's super fun to play spoiler.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm being corrected in chat for Jesse, one of the admins for this year. Okay, I think I was just looking at the bracket for 16. Okay, I think I remember now qualifiers to some extent. Yeah. Okay, this does sound familiar, but still, it's really cool to see how this much participation. By the way, I did not remark about anything for Telethar's Lambos fight. I'm just going to say that using the fire rod does not always guarantee you a faster time finish than using the bow. That's all I'm going to say, alright?
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay.
I'm sure Telethar demonstrated it, but I definitely didn't watch. We'll see if Muftaay has a better time.
I'm sure that he can. We will certainly see what kind of fight Muftaay is putting up.
He certainly doesn't have a lot of arrows.
Yeah. I'm also looking. I'm also whenever people have the mirror on their Y button, item screen, I'm always just nervous. Like I'm sure they know they have everything under control. It's just one errant, press, right? And then you're no longer where you're at the beginning of the dungeon again. And you're just very sad.
I'm sure they have full control of their fingers. I trust them.
It's not like the A button where they don't have boost, right? You're just constantly pressing the thing to see if you have boost or not.
Yeah. Okay, no. Muftaay also confirms your statement. You should just use the bow.
Yeah, just use the bow. It's that easy.
Okay, Telethar is a fairly difficult, probably the most difficult fight in this run. Low health, not tempered sword, moth. It can go really wrong. He did well. He still almost died, but yeah, it does have a fairy in the proportion, so it's not like he was worried.
Yeah, for what it's worth, Telethar did catch a fairy with his bug net in Mire, like in Mire 2, one of the Wizrobes, Pokies, or not Pokies, Popos. I forgot which one. They dropped a fairy.
The Wizrobes.
So, okay,
yeah, the Wizrobes are in the last variety pack. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I think just in case, there was, we're still not sure what happened to the first fairy in Hera on his side, but it's okay. We got a backup.
Did he have refills?
How about that?
I don't know if he planned it or if it's just coincidence, and he like randomly remembered there's a hard piece in Link's house, but he just got a refill from that.
I mean, if we're going Ice Palace, right? Having beams like this, pretty. I mean, this pretty heads up for him to.
I'll say. Yeah, there's no hard piece upstairs in GT, so might as well grab it now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe would have appreciated the heart before that, but certainly it's okay to have it now too. The Ice Palace, well, everything at this point is mostly go mode. We're just trying to get to GT now. We have all the items we need because they both can hover. Okay, Telethar blowing up those two Pang Gators. Pay attention to what he's doing when he's back. This is a very cool strategy. Everybody should do it.
Oh crap! I meant to look at the pod routing. Did he do shooter room last? I guess we don't have to know. Okay. Well, like, I guess we know in spoiler, right? Like what you're supposed to do with your pod routing.
Yeah. Very nice time dash. Telethar side. It takes a little bit of time. Like usually when you have tempered, you just kill the Pangators anyway. But Telethar found this bomb strat to blow up the two Pangators so that it didn't get in your way, so you can hammer dash when you come back on Master Sword or Fighter Sword.
Yeah, it's actually really, but it's quite convenient. That room in particular can be quite tedious. Well, we have just another heart container laying around for free in Ice Palace. We're up to 7 whole hearts.
Free safeties. Yeah, this is actually way too comfy. We even have a fairy and a blue board, and half magic and cape and
Fire Rod.
Telethar should skip the tempered sword and drums.
Well, I mean, I think he's supposed to knock himself down, like a heart container or 4. Again, the more health and safety he has, I think the worse he plays. So he really he's just only handicapping himself.
Maybe he should go to drums just to lose health and then leave.
I believe that.
Okay, one very simple coaster fight coming up because we have half magic.
This is enough for Ice Palace.
Yeah, just blow up the boss. Miss some fire shots, don't care. Maybe care a little.
Oh, nice double spin. Yeah, to clean them up. Yeah, Muftaay is actually going through Ice Palace right now.
Did Muftaay hit the switch? Or is he gonna get the big key here?
I think I didn't see him go back and hit the switch, so I think it's gonna be a big key, small key pickup. I didn't actually see what the layout was in Ice Palace, if there was a big key somewhere close by.
Yeah, big key is freezer chest and map chest is small key. So
okay.
Okay. That's faster at this point. It doesn't save that much time to have to skip the switch. But it's probably still saves a second or two, maybe. You don't really care about using magic on the freeze bars because you have half magic, so that's not an issue here.
Yeah, you have half magic, and you have the fire rod, and I'm sure Muftaay can certainly clean up a bunch of stuff here. And in the worst case, I think he also still has a blue potion that he can use, so.
Telethar got actually 2 hard refills from hard pieces. He got one in Paradox and then one just now before he went to Ice. So he has 8 hard pieces total. That's where his 2 extra hearts come from.
Yeah, and Muftaay might have had a little bit more of a rougher early game, both from routing-wise and from execution-wise. And one of the theories I think that we had was maybe Muftaay was skipping over some things that, like hard pieces and extra chests to try to save a little bit of time.
Yeah, Muftaay doing swap beam strats here, which I don't think you should bother with if you have half magic. Because you have enough magic to just blow up the ice and then blow up the boss.
Yeah, looks like he doesn't have quite enough that last shot in for the fire rods. We're just gonna do sword spins. Nice and safe. Alright, I'm glad.
He considered using his potion there to make it safe. But like then figured, okay, I'll just live and keep it, which is honestly a good thing to do. Telethar didn't pick up the Tempered Sword.
He did not pick up Tempered Sword, that's right. So, and what did you say Vicky was early?
Vicky's on the torch, so it's right here.
Okay.
And there's Silver's in Rando room, which I assume he's gonna get, right? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's right to get one of them.
Oh yeah, so right. Yeah, go for it.
I think Tempered is probably better. I don't know, it makes the gauntlet a lot nicer at least. And this makes Ganon way easier. But honestly, I can see either of them being right. I don't know which one is better.
Yeah, also to just a supplement, Ivis, this question. Yeah, so there is something early in TR. I mean, early maybe is depending on your definition of early. There is a sword on chops in Turtle Rot, so it is still considered to be the front, and you can actually get it for Tempered Sword for for the rest of the game.
Oh, I see the issue. You have to do roll down room to get to charms. There's no small key in compass.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's actually.
That's why we're not getting tempered.
I see. Yeah, and then the other one is much later in TR. I forgot where it was already.
In the Vicky chest.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, then we don't care about that one. Yeah, and we actually have we also sell powder here in Fire Snake, so I also didn't catch that. So it was actually kind of nice to be able to get that safety. En route to Silvers.
Yep. Be not worried. Telethar is climbing on 0 keys, but there's one upstairs, so he's fine.
That's the benefit. Yeah, it's the benefit of spoiler lock. you can always try and find something. You don't have to be prepared for everything upstairs.
Okay, and so now it makes sense that Muftaay didn't pick up bombos, because he probably saw that he would have to go through roller room and decided to just get Silvers as well.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. And right, yeah, more and of course, probably most notably, this Muftaay and Telethar are very capable of crossing over the Voldrum 2 gap. I'm not sure how consistent. I mean, okay, Muftaay for being on Team Hover I would certainly mark his consistency as pretty good. I know Telethar is very capable in terms of hovering. I guess I'm not sure though, like how often he does it. If Telethar, if it was Faker Jr. controlling Dark Link, I would very much have no worries whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean Telthar's definitely good at covering. He's just like not 100% consistent, so he might fall like once, but that's all I'd expect.
Yeah. I certainly.
It's definitely pretty consistent.
Yeah, I don't have. I have no concerns for either Muftaay or Telethar being able to beat the game without a hook shot. Oh no, Muftaay.
That's
fine. This is the drawback of not having a boomerang. Okay, so this is something I also learned during spoiler is if you need to go into GT and there's a convenient boomerang somewhere, along your path, is actually probably worth it, for you to pick up, especially if
there
you
was
can.
There was one in C-Fate house.
We didn't get one in C-Fate house. So close.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that they ended up getting Samaria. Okay, Muftaay needed the money from back of his cape, but Telethar had enough money. He could have just skipped it. Would have lost like 8 seconds in ice and then like a little bit of time going left side in GT because then you have to use bombs to hit the switch. But probably still worth to just not get Samaria overall.
If nothing else, for just the sheer comfort and the familiarity with just being able to do the rooms, with Samaria. Like, I mean, even if it's a cost, and how much time can it actually cost you? 5 to 10 seconds, maybe. I mean, it's not like non-trivial, but again, if maybe you have a bad, you could just pretend you had a bad Wizards 1 or something.
Yeah. And we saw Muftaay pick up a small key in Hook Room. This might either be for safety, so he doesn't have to deal with the mini hammer on potentially low health, or maybe he didn't see that there was a small key upstairs in the chest.
I certainly wouldn't blame, either one. Like, So usually, like, you know, from a raw time perspective, right? Mini Helma, in order to kill it, you know, is usually the fastest one. Super nice hover on
Nice
Telethar
hover.
side. Very well done.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah. But you know, at the same time, you know, like one of the things that we also are concerned about is health. And you know, again, spoiler is one of those modes where, especially, you know, if hard containers aren't convenient, you probably aren't going to have very much of that to spare. So if, you know, Mini Helma's over spikes that they don't take damage on, you need to go kill them. You know, it costs you some extra health that you wanted for Ganon, and you don't really have a way to replenish it. You know, I can really understand basically just getting something, sacrificing the extra 1 to 2 seconds, and getting another key.
Yeah, we do have powder. And then you can shoot the Mini Helma with a bow, and then it doesn't really.
It's true. Bow
don't really
Helma.
take out. It's so
I
fast.
learned. That's right. I learned that the bow is, you know, useful. It's on from Helmasaur. If the king can be damaged by the bow, surely the little mini minions can also be damaged with.
Oh yeah, they get damaged pretty heavily by the bow. You don't even need the silver arrows to one-shot them.
Everything's actually not fine, but everything will be fine. Don't worry. Oh, Muftaay. Oh no.
Oh, Muftaay.
Poor Muftaay. I mean, that's kind of what happens. So Muftaay was a little bit low on health again, you know, before the Limolas, and then so he powdered the bunny bean that was there, and so any extra time you use to pause before the Limolas spawn is time basically, you know, that the Limolas are basically still moving, right? So that's why they're kind of spawning in a different timing. So then it makes it set up a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's really cursed if you get the bunny beam because it just screws everything over. Yeah, I don't know how long he was on health. Like, unless you're like in danger of dying, like telethar still.
That's okay. We got fairy. He doesn't fly. He doesn't care
fairy.
anymore.
Yeah, we have the fairy stuff. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned this before, right?
He actually has a blue potion, so you can just use the cape like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you mentioned this before, dropping into Ganon. You know, he's got half magic, cape, a fairy, another potion, you know, and we'll just take a fireball thing to the link. It's fine. He has passed the difficulty.
Some area strats. Mike shouldn't trash talk him like this. There were some Mario strats. This was fine. Yeah, no, the silvers are gonna pay off big time.
Very well done, Muftaay. Hover unite.
Nice hover.
Yeah, very well done. And again, you know, like the hookshot was so far away. Pendant Trinex, you know, again, like you have basically beat the entire Pendant dungeon, you know, of Turtle Rock. That's, I don't know, extra, you know, like 4 minutes maybe, you know, all things considered.
Yeah.
So and that's just time that you just can't give up to your opponent. And so the fact that they can both hover and beat the game with that hookshot is a very nice matchup for this particular scene. That being said, GG's Telethar. He has won the seed with the sub 47.
46.
Yeah,
46,
45. Very impressive. Very well done.
Yeah, very nice time. GG's Telethar.
Yo, Telethar. GG's.
Yo, G. Yeah, cool. I'm glad I didn't fail my hover. Like, what a hover seat it was, too.
Yeah,
this was actually kind of crazy.
It was like, okay, like, a lot of times hover seeds are like, yeah, but if you're better, you could probably just, like, if there's a decent skill gap, you can probably just get the hookshot and it's fine.
Yeah, like, usually it's like random room in GT or something. And
Yeah, it's like...
Maybe you can just grab it, yeah.
Well, it's never random room in GT, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, Compass room. Compass room is what I mean.
Yeah. But, no, this was just like, oh. Yeah, nope, not getting that. Alright, well.
Yeah, the ice rod was even so free, right? You could...
Yeah, the ice rod was totally free. Like, it was, I think it was Compass Chest of Thieves.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I just looked at the hookshot and deleted it from my list. like, I think I have an advantage versus Muftaay, but I don't have that kind of advantage, and I know he's gonna hover it.
Yeah, this was actually like You know, this kind of hover seat actually really nice for this matchup because you both definitely can just hover, and it's not like a free win for either of you.
Yeah. What do
Muftaay
you
should
think?
watch what you did on piano, like, and do the double spin at the top there.
Yeah.
If he watches this back.
What did you think about tempered versus silvers? You
I was
saw
team
it.
tempered until I saw that there's the only keys in the normal room, and I think I agree with
same.
you getting silvers instead.
Same.
Is that where you grab Somaria?
Sort of. I mean, no, I think it's just worth it. Like, it's just annoying to do. Like, it saves some time in ice, but not a lot. But it saves a lot of time in pod. Like, thus you're coming from the right side, and you get to do the rail flip or whatever, and then you get to hit the switch. It's like 6 seconds in what's it called? 6 seconds in ice, 6 seconds in the
8 actually.
statue, like 5 seconds hitting the switch. It adds up.
Yeah.
It's like probably not strictly worth it, but neither was the lamp. Oh, you know.
Yeah, the lamp was early enough as I figured. It's like fine. I don't know. Tempting to skip it for sure. Yeah. I guess Somaria also saved time on left side GT, right? Because otherwise you would have had to use bombs for the switches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could have gotten the boomerang in C-Fate House.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was close
Could
enough.
have done that.
Yeah. Speaking of, GG's Muftaay, welcome.
Hello, GG's.
Hello.
GG.
You.
GG's Muftaay.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you and telethar both put on, quite the show. In terms of expressions, they were. We were along with you guys for the entire journey. It was great.
Oh man. Yeah,
I will say your early game looked a little
Yeah.
more dramatic, though.
I died.
I was like, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Where did
go
you
ahead.
die?
Oh, I died in Hera after picking up the big key and then mirroring. And I was very
Ooh.
underpleased with that one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
died
he-
in Hera as well. The Moldoms in the beetle room. No, not in the beetle room.
Well,
In the
yeah.
big key room. Big key chest
yeah,
room. Big Jesus.
Big chest.
Big chest room.
Big
Yeah.
chest, yeah.
Yeah, that's a much more painful death, I mean, mine was just fairy in a bottle. I assume yours might have been as well. But,
No, actually not.
oh,
I unfortunately used every single bomb I had in the mini Moldom cave and still died.
oh,
Yeah,
no.
things really didn't go my way. But yeah, sometimes it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot that I need the pearl for the waterfall cave. And then it didn't click fast enough that I need the flippers, and they were in the mini Moldom cave. And then I did the hammer without the flute. Lots of things went wrong,
Mhm.
like right from the beginning.
Yeah, I also did hammer without flute and realized pretty much right away that I could have just waited,
Yeah.
but it's a little awkward regardless. Like, it's not, I don't know how much time it really saves to do it with flute, like, because, I mean, I guess you save quit from inside the dam and then go buy bombs, like, but I just fake flippered from the dam over to,
Yeah. I
over
see.
which
I
is
see.
like one screen transition, which like isn't
Yeah, true.
isn't really that much worse than the flute.
I mean, the hover. At
Eddie?
least I hovered in the first try.
Yeah.
Ganon fight wasn't that great, but I was very satisfied with my mid game. Yeah. Overall.
Yeah, I was definitely worried when I saw hover seed because I'm like, I just need to land this because like, this is definitely a hover seed and you're definitely gonna hover it. So
Did you first try hover?
I did, yeah.
Oh, nice. I've totally forgot that I could have done it in pod as well, but I was on 3 hearts and I didn't want to risk it. But the hover in pod would have been pretty strong.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Now that I think about it, you need to get the Quake anyway.
It saves some time for sure. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be like massive, but it would be.
Yeah.
It still would be nice. Yeah, I'm not good at that hover. Like I'm not good at changing directions ever, so
Yeah.
I just don't go for it. But yeah, it was a. I don't know. It
Fun
was
seat?
like the mid game was a very. Really most of the game was pretty straightforward. It just was like
True.
have fun, just deal with it. Like this is what you got. You're taking it.
Yeah, I think the only real room for diversions was probably like the early game. Like the very start, how you get bombs.
Yeah.
You mean the very first bomb? For
Yeah, kinda. I don't know, like how you get resources from Minimum Cave, essentially, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah. What did you do? What did you do to get the resources?
I killed these slime dudes. They were in the bomb pack.
Cool.
When I killed those the one above the witch hut.
Yeah. You went for hammer.
No, I just threw bushes at it.
No. I mean, like, how did you kill the moldworms, mini moldworms? Or I guess you weren't planning on doing that.
Yeah, it was weird. I then went to Keck and bought bombs. Because I think did I drop 2 bombs in Blind Hideout? I think I did.
You sure did.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
I was like, wait, what? I had 2 bombs. Didn't I have 2 bombs? I was planning to get the bombs from Chicken Hut. Because there were 10 bombs in there. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got 100 rupees from the sunken treasure and then just walked to the shop and bought bombs, then
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
mini moldworm cave, loot, and then over to CAC.
Wonder how that compares to just going to CAC and getting bombs from there. Because you have to
Yeah, I know.
them and then
It
walk to
didn't
the
feel great
shop.
for sure. I mean, I think that if you want to go crazy, then like just get your hammer and then go for a bomb drop, and then do hammer moldworm, mini moldworm.
Yeah, right.
What's your success rate with that? Like 5%?
I don't think it's that bad. You just need to be patient. Usually it's okay. If you have a second bomb, it makes the life a lot better, because you just basically need to get above them, and then you can hammer down pretty successfully. So like, it helps if you have a 4th heart, for sure. But yeah, no, I'm not. I thought about it, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just not gonna do that at that point. Like, it's too risky. So I'm just gonna buy bombs, and then from there, it's like, how do I buy bombs? I didn't want to walk the CAC twice, so.
Yeah, my idea for an opening route was to just walk CAC from the south. Farm 2 bombs, get lamp, get chicken at 10 bombs, and then 7 quid out of blindside.
Yeah.
I don't know how that
Maybe.
compares. And then you can flute to diamond, you can flute to hammer turn in. I don't know. I know that compares to getting the 100 from Sunken Treasure.
Yeah, that doesn't sound that bad. It probably is faster. I didn't feel great about what the opening felt like I wasn't sure what I should have done differently, but I was like, this can't be right. Like, something about this is bad.
Yeah. The resources just sucked. That was the problem.
Yeah.
And then I was also annoyed with myself when I went to desert. Really should have came in from the middle instead. It's a huge waste of time. Because you're just doing
totally
map
true.
chest, big chest, and then right side, and like you just do map chest is faster from the middle, and then you mirror out of the big chest, and it just saves so much time. That's probably like 20-30 seconds right there of just like desert traversal.
It's okay. Your heart was just guiding you to do ball lambos after you're done.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard at like how close it was to just being like, yeah, bow land most time, but we didn't have boots, and it's just like, no, not gonna.
Yeah, I planned
I need
on. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, I was like, I need all the time I can get for failing hovers. So.
I was planning on doing Lanvo at that time, But when I was in desert, I was like, oh wait, I can just do it later when I get the fire rod, and it makes much more sense probably.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have been tempted to do Bowland Mustang if you didn't need to return for Maya?
I thought about doing Bowland.
Not without the boots, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it can't be worth it, especially if you were, smart and went through the middle door. But
Yeah. I think that was it from me. I don't know if I have anything else to say about this seed. I was I thought I had money when I routed in pot, and then I realized, oh, I don't after Thief's Town. So I needed to go into the back escape real quick for the Sumaria and the 300. But that was actually really good to route in anyway, so it wasn't really a time loss.
Yeah. Would you have skipped Sumaria otherwise if you had the money?
Nah, I think Ice Palace is... How much slower is Ice Palace without the Sumaria?
8
like
seconds.
8 seconds.
Wait, what? 8 seconds?
Yeah, it only saves a bunch of time when you're doing right side. If you're not opening those chests, it's really pretty irrelevant in Ice Palace.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's like 12 seconds in vanilla preset, but that's only because you can also skip the switch hit because the layout is very
Oh,
friendly.
wow. I thought it's much more. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's also good for Ganon, though, so, like...
True.
Oh, it's actually a great point, yeah.
Did you do a good Sumaria again in fight?
It was okay.
My beginning was really good, and then it fell apart.
Both of you had to use things in your bundles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. I got overeager, like, but it was okay.
I'm really glad that this seed happened between you two, where you both can hover and not,
Oh yeah.
one of you can hover and then someone else is spending an extra 5 minutes going to get their hook shot, and on
Yeah,
Finex, and it would have been very sad.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that I would be surprised if this isn't the case that everyone in the tournament can hover or bounce, but bounce is still pain.
Yeah, well, certainly best of luck to you guys moving forward. So this is no one's eliminated yet. Muftaay, I believe you're facing Power to Mario. I think that's what I saw in the bracket. So
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully it should be a good match. And then Telethar, it's like deja vu. You're not facing Andy and Crosskeys from yesterday. You're facing Andy and Spoiler.
Yeah, he's talking smack, I heard. He's like, I hope Telethar wins so I can beat him in a mode where he can't clown on me for victory. So, like...
I just hope Flute is like on Hobo and you both just start off fake flipping that.
Yeah. But, yep. Thanks for the comms, thanks for the tracking restream. Thanks for the game, Muftaay. GG's.
Thank you again, and yeah, also GG's.
Yeah, super fun race, super fun time. Thank you so much. You guys are both awesome. So very, very, very much was able. I was very glad to be able to make this race. So thanks for asking, John.
Yeah. Thanks for agreeing and making the time when you have a busy day. So thanks so much. Was the best.
Goodbye.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I also want to just thank our tracker, Lady Lulinda, also hopping in super last minute. Very, very thankful, to her and appreciative of her as always. So thank you so much for being around. And yeah. Best of luck, Telethar, Muftaay, in the next round matches. And so I don't think there's any more spoiler stuff going on today. I think the next one is on Thursday. But yeah, definitely keep your eyes on, I think lots of SGL stuff going on the SG channels, plus, all the other randomizer tournaments going on. So